Hi everybody, welcome back to the Dave's World YouTube channel. If you're new here, I appreciate you checking out this video, and if you're a current subscriber, I really appreciate the support. Thank you very much. So if you've been following along, you know I'm in the process of putting a bigger turbo into a 99 through 05 style Jetta. The last video that I put up on the Jetta, I was messing around with a manual boost controller. This time around I have an upgraded version of that. I was kind of stressing and struggling a little bit because it just was not working no matter what I did, and I read on forums that that style boost controller was the style that you should use, and then I read after I filmed that video that there's a better version, especially if you want to use the N75 valve. I want to show you the two different boost controllers. This one was the one that I was putting in the last video. This is what would be called a ball valve or a check valve style, and this is what they call a bleed valve style. So this bleed valve style is the style that you want to use if you run an N75. I like the bleed valve style better because you can adjust how much air is coming out, so it reduces the amount of air that opens and closes the wastegate, giving you a controllable wastegate operation. The other style had a check valve and it wasn't actually letting air out, so even with its highest setting or lowest setting, you might have way too much pressure inside the line and it won't do anything. That's why it's kind of a useless controller to use on the car. So I went and researched and found a better version of a manual boost controller. So here's the car we're working on. It is a 2003 Jetta. What I want to do is I want to install it the way that I read it should be installed, and then take it out for a road test and see what kind of boost pressure we have now. But before I play this video for everyone, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you can see some future updates on my channel whenever I post them. Thank you again, everybody. Hopefully you enjoy. Okay, so these lines are still cut because the other day from tinkering with this, I just left it apart and I ordered the correct part. What I'm gonna do is this manual boost controller, I'm actually closing it completely so I could have normal operation out of the car's wastegate actuator. What I'm going to do is let me loosen up all the clamps, let me get this all situated and tighten it up so it's perfectly installed, and then we'll check the operation. What you want to do when you run a manual boost controller in line with the N75 valve is it has to feed the N75 valve. So this actually should not have been cut the other day. And then this gets installed in line on this hose. The reason why you want to use this one is because through here you can read boost pressure, which means you can escape boost pressure through this boost controller. Okay. All right, so this valve is completely closed. Let's go take this thing for a spin now. Okay, the manual boost controller is installed. It's in line with the N75 valve. What I want to do is let's go for a drive. I want to see, basically the car's probably going to act the same. The boost controller is adjusted closed, so I'm still going to have the fluctuating. What's going to happen is I'm going to see 20 pounds of pressure. It's going to drop to like 15 and come back up to 20 again. It's a common problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the boost controller so it relieves some of the air, so the N75 valve sees less pressure. And what that does is it keeps the wastegate held closed longer, allowing you to maintain your boost pressure. That's the idea. Let's go for a drive and let's see if we can make that happen. Okay, just like before, the car is producing boost and then it's losing boost. So what I want to do is pull over and adjust the wastegate. So I'm noticing the boost pressure is staying consistent. It's just a little lower. I want to try one more adjustment. Alright, so this time it shot up to 20 and only dropped to like 18. Okay, we just got back. What I noticed is the fluctuation is happening in a smaller segment. So instead of hitting 20 and shooting down below 15 and back, it's a little smaller of a range, a little more steady. What I'm going to do is completely eliminate the N75 valve and drive it just with the manual boost controller. If you watched the other video, I did mention that the throttle supposedly gets a little twitchy, but I didn't notice anything. So I'm going to see what happens this time with the Forge manual boost controller. This is the best manual boost controller you can get for this car. I also read you might have to add a diode into the circuit for the N75, but I'm completely eliminating just to see what happens. So let's see. Well, the manual boost controller is doing something because I'm only getting 5 pounds of boost. So let me go adjust it now. All right, now we're getting 10 pounds. Let's try again. Well, the car definitely needs the N75 valve in. So I'm doing a third gear pull, full throttle. I want to see if the boost holds. It's definitely doing much better. I'm going to leave it this way. Okay, we just got back. You guys can probably tell I'm getting a little bit frustrated with this car. Jettas really make you earn results when you're doing modifications on them. So this is another situation where it should just work. and it doesn't. So I took a shot in the dark. I threw the N75 valve back on. I put the manual boost controller in, and I just put it to a setting. I figured, let me adjust it on the road. The boost was actually working consistently. I'm just going to leave it there and finish my installation of the methanol, because the underhood temperatures are pretty high and I want to have cooler intake temperatures. So somewhere in the future you guys will see the methanol install, but for right now I at least wanted to get a manual boost controller. 100% the N75 valve is causing all my problems. There are 3 different valves you can change it to. There's also a diode modification you can make. I have to do more research on the diode modification. I may or may not be doing a video on it, because I may or may not have the car, because my friend eventually needs his car back. He just wanted me to do all the big stuff. So hopefully I can come up with a solution on the N75 valve, but as of today, at least I have more consistent boost pressure, which is what it was after, and that's why I put the manual boost controller in. Is it where I want it? No. Is the car running great? Yes. The air-fuel ratios are on point. The boost pressure is fluctuating, but it's not as big of a range anymore, and the car feels like it has plenty of power. So as it sits right now, I'm happy. I'm going to also double check operation of the boost gauge. The methanol injection kit that I'm putting in comes with a new boost gauge that actually actuates and shuts down the methanol. So I'll have a new digital boost gauge in, and I'll be able to get more accurate readings. It could very well just be a bad boost gauge. Who knows? So stay tuned. I'll have some more content coming out for you guys. I really appreciate you supporting the Dave's World YouTube channel, and thanks again, everybody. Have a very nice day.